you change the API key from Vertex AI, and then you will be charged. Yeah. So that's why you need to set a very kind of small context window or tokens. Yes?
My question is about, say you're using the same technology to build if you're using the same idea to build a chatbot, right? So
Yes.
how do you tailor it to a concept? Say I want to build a chatbot that is education based. Do I need any training?
A chatbot for education.
Yes. Do I need to train it on some data or?
Okay. All right. Gemini is as it is a general kind of model, right? It can, when you integrate it here, and I land on your application, I'll be able to ask it almost anything. But if you want to have one that simply answers like education-related questions or sports or health or something, then Google has a version of Gemini models called Gemma. So we have Gemma models and Gemini. With Gemma, you can fine-tune that model, right? You can get the model, fine-tune it by giving it your data that has your context, that has your questions, that has your answers, right? And then you train Gemma. Once you've fine-tuned Gemma, then you can now integrate it back here. So those that you need to fine-tune, they are called Gemma open models. But Gemini, once you get that API key, usually comes as it is. But still, you can always provide instructions. When you're coding, you could provide instruction and say, yes, I'm calling Gemini, but I want you to act as maybe a personal assistant. I want you to be an education AI assistant. I want you to only talk to me about sports, right? You can even do that in ChatGPT, like when you're doing your normal prompts. Say, I just want you to behave as a football pundit, and it will tell you everything about our sports. So you can do that. But the finest way to do it is fine-tuning Gemma, because now it becomes your own version of Gemma. You fine-tune it and it's yours, and then you can integrate it here. Yeah.
I'm sorry to ask again, but well, I was talking about long context, but in the keynotes actually they talked also about multimodality. So
Yes.
do I also get that as the things I can use in this testing version? Like
Yes. When you're integrating Gemini, let me show you this. Just this thing to ask our questions. Um, right. So let me show you this part. I need to. Okay. So there is this part when you are configuring your model, right? When you're configuring your model, ah, this thing doesn't have light mode. I don't remember having light mode. But here's the thing. So we have the part where in your configurations, you specify that I'm getting Gemini, but your purpose is text. So you see the part where we have text plain? Yes. So that means every time someone is prompting your Gemini, it can only return text. It can only deal with text. But if you want the multimodality, the other parts in multimodality, you want images, you want videos, you want audio, then you'll have to change that part here. Okay? And then the other part that I talked about the context, is right here. I don't know if you can see it. I need to zoom in this thing. All right, so you see the maximum output tokens. You can specify the number of tokens that are available for every time someone prompts the model. All right? Yeah, and then the specifying of the Gemini model that you want to use, that is pretty much easy because they're available here. Different kinds of models with different kinds of context or tokens that are available there. And then getting your API key is simple. Just come here and create the API key. But to avoid abusing, because like I said, this API key, once you have it, for now you don't have to pay. So to avoid the abuse of this API key, right now, every time you need to create an API key means you have to first create a project in Google Cloud. When you create a project in Google Cloud and you come to create an API key, you'll be able to see the project you've created the other side, and it must also have billing enabled on it. So that if you start misusing the resources, then yeah, your card will see some statements on it, right? Yeah. Maybe last question, and yeah, there is the gentleman there.
My question is about how, like, can I build the same project using the first API, and if it is possible, how hard or how easy is it to
You
build
said
that project?
Flask API?
First,
Fast API? Yeah, you can do that. Though I've not done it as a person. I've not done that, but I think it's possible. I will have to try that out to be certain. Yeah. You are in my session. Yes, I know why you're asking. So, but I've not done that. So, I think we could go and have lunch.